Supreme Master Ching Hai's lectures are not a complete meditation instruction. Please do not try alone. For free of charge guidance, please visit godsdirectcontact.org or contact any of our centers near you.
今日我哋有幸為你播出其中一場精辟嘅開示，主題為師徒之間節目靈嚴經四決定清淨明悔的結論和結界建立道場8集之5，以英文講於2018年12月24日。
See, the Buddha always emphasized the precepts. Again here he said, after accomplishing the precepts, they should put on fresh, clean clothes, light incense, and recite the spiritual mantra spoken by the Buddha 108 times. Why is that? It's just one of those numbers, okay? 108 times so that you don't forget. After initiation, you might forget the 5 names. Just go somewhere, recite it, make sure you remember, so that every day you continue to practice, so that your mind will be ingrained into this spiritual power already. Yeah? Not just after initiation, immediately go out, jump something, or chat. Try to find your quiet, peace place. Continue reciting the 5 names. Remember, refreshing yourself, the instruction, and all the levels, landmarks, so that you won't forget. After that, they should secure the boundaries and establish the Bodhi Manda. After you remember already, okay, then you must know that when you meditate, you should be alone in some secure place so that nobody see you. Better. In the countries within them, they should seek for the unsurpassed thirst-come ones throughout the 10 directions to emit a light of great compassion and anoint the crowns of their heads. In the countries within them. What does that mean? How can a country be within you or anyone? Okay. When you meditate, you are in different levels of consciousness. Maybe you pass through them, or maybe you contain them, or maybe you just remember all this landmark at the time of initiation so you can recognize where you're going. The Buddha said to you, within them, within these countries, but within those countries within you. That's why the Buddha say, in the countries within them, meaning these people, the one that he just mentioned, the one who practice Bodhi Manda. Same in the Bible. Bible say, in my Father's house there are many mansions. It's the same thing, okay? So remember all that. What?
Can I relate something with you?
Tell me.
Because you just say contain something, and what has happened in the last 4 months? I always assimilate 5 names. With one time was 2 masters, then 3 masters, now it's 4 masters, including you, and God. And God is the one that contains all of them. And every time that I recite them, now I am right into that circle myself. And when I'm in that circle, I don't know nothing else.
Of this world, right? Okay.
Yes.
You're in Samadhi, yeah? It's good.
Yeah, you mentioned that contain, and
It's like that, yes,
sense,
yes. What the Buddha
Thank
say
you.
here is, in the countries within themselves. You see what I mean? Within you, within those people who practice after initiation. He didn't say in the country, in their country, or in the heavens, or they say within them. All the masters speak the same language, yeah. In my Father's house, there are many mansions, okay? The kingdom of God is within you. See, the Buddha say, all the countries within them, meaning the spiritual level of practice within them, okay? Then they should seek the Buddhas, they should seek the blessing of the first come ones, meaning all the Buddhas, in the 10 directions to shine great compassion light toward them, toward these practitioners, and anoint the crown of their heads. Yeah, bless them. Ananda, when any such pure bhikshus, now bhikshunis, he also saying that now, meaning female monks, yeah. When any such pure monks and nuns or white-robed donors in the Dhamma ending age who can rid their minds of greed and lust, hold the Buddha's pure precepts, and in a bodhimanda make the vows of a bodhisattva, and can bathe upon entering each time and day and night for 3 weeks without sleep, continue this practice of the way, I will appear before these people in a physical form and rub the crowns of their heads to comfort them and enable them to become enlightened. The Buddha will manifest just like transformation body, yeah? Even though it looks like physical body, but it's not the Buddha in physical body anymore. So the Buddha say that after initiation, if you secure your place and you do practice for 3 weeks long without sleeping, like I guess a retreat for three weeks, and keep the pure precepts, no sleep. I don't think I should tell you this because it's your specialty. Okay, wait a minute. So the Buddha say if they can do that, the Buddha will really appear to them and help them, rub in the head and help them to become enlightened. What is?
I want to tell you actually that you did that for me.
And it?
When I first decided to initiate, right after I got the convenient method, I was having trouble understanding how to feel here, and I was trying to meditate, and I sort of fell asleep, and I had a vision, and you walked up to me, and you handed me some cream, and you said, oh, well, just rub this on your forehead, and it'll work. And after that, always, every time I meditate, I could feel.
Okay.
And
yeah.
You
still have doubt whether or not I'm a master. Thank you very much.
No, that's not what I meant, Master.
I mean, not now, but I mean, if some days ago or some.
There's always the small part.
The mind, yeah.
There's always the small part, but not in the heart, Master.
Of course. I know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, right?
Right. Thank you, Master.
It's just the mind tricking you, but your soul knows. Your
That's
intelligence knows.
Yeah.
That's why I told you you're a smart boy. You don't need to ask what is the proof or what is what. No need. You know it. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, Master.
Don't let the mind trouble you and rob you of your enlightenment and faith. Yeah. Faith is the mother of all virtues. That's what I said. Yeah. Buddha said that the same. Jesus said, blessed are the ones who do not see but believe. Because for them is the kingdom of God. Because they're pure, Maybe their karma blind them not to see vision or light for that period of time, temporarily, but they believe in the master teaching. They still inherit the kingdom of God. They still go to heaven, okay? Yeah. All right, thank you for telling me that. You look fatter today. Did you eat a lot or something? No, I mean, your face are rounder, kind of more relaxed.
Maybe it's your blessing, Master. I don't know. But thank you.
No, I don't mean about eating, but your face look more round, more lovely, yeah. More soft.
I meditated well last night,
Good,
I guess.
good. Yeah, you can see that. More restful. Very smooth, yeah? Smooth. Face, smooth. Energy, smooth.
Thank you.
Congratulations. So, Buddha continued. Ananda said to the Buddha, now Ananda talk, were Honor One, enveloped in the thirst come one's unsurpassed, compassionate instruction, my mind has already become enlightened, and I know how to cultivate and be certified to the path beyond learning. But for those who cultivate in the final age and want to establish a Bodhimanda, how do they secure the boundaries in accord with the rules of purity of the Buddha? The word honor one? Yeah. So the Buddha said to Ananda, if there are people in the Dharma ending age who wish to establish a Bodhimanda, they should first find a powerful. Oh, this is a very long story. If you want to build yourself a Bodhimanda, okay, the meditation retreat kind of place, yeah, secure, peaceful, so no disturbance, meaning you be away from your family and your job or your usual surrounding. Then you have to build a place for yourself. The Buddha said here how, but I don't think you can, so I don't know if I skip it or not. I don't think you can do all this. You have to find a white ox who eat only grass in the Himalaya, for example. If it's not a white ox, it's not okay. If he doesn't eat the grass in the Himalaya, then his excrement will not be pure enough for you to use it, to mix with the earth and to make a platform and the wall for you. In the Himalaya, in the region of Himalaya, people use cow dung, ox dung, to mix with the mud in order to pasture their wall. Actually, they just use a pure cow dung to pasture around on the outside of the wall, and then they meditate in there or they live in there. Mostly it's for the meditator, they do that. Also, this kind of very effective to prevent mosquitoes and insects to come in your house. Yeah? It's funny. It's like that. Huh?
It's antibacterial.
Yes, and it's very safe.
They do that on the floor before eating the food.
Yeah, also, yes. They clean the house and all that, and then they plaster it with cow's dung. But it must be purer cow dung, okay? Because if the cow eating all kind of not pure food or garbage outside, that might not be effective, at least psychologically or spiritually. Yeah, people use cow dungs a lot in India. They use it for cooking. Yes, they use it for the floor. It's good internal as well. Yes. Yes, some people use it to cure their sickness. Yeah, some people catch the cow dung fresh and consume it as well. This is for you, Westerner, and other people. It seems like something you should not do, but that's what they do, and it really helps. Well, at least it helps them. I never tried, so I cannot guarantee to you. You can try and tell me. Yeah. And then they use it to prepare some kind of spiritual initiation platform, and mostly they smear around their house, outside of the wall, you know, inside also and outside, and then they paint it on.
Yeah, it's what you said about Gomata, the cow being so pure. Everything from the cow is used. And in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, it's also said that the medicinal purposes, they use it in all medicines because everything from the cow is sacred.
Yeah.
And it was Lord Krishna's favorite animal.
Yeah.
So everything they use, the fuel, and the gopis who used to move with Lord Krishna, everything would be with cow dung.
Long time ago, I told some of the residents, I don't know if it's recorded, I told some of the residents that the cows are from the 5th level. Did you ever heard? Yes. Is it recorded?
Yes.
Okay. Maybe that's the reason. The Indian practitioners, the pure people, they knew the origin of the cow. Maybe that's why they worship the cows in India. You know that? I mean, most people, not all nowadays. Yes, sir?
They're doing organic farming using cow urine. Like they have 10, 15 cows together. Instead of watering the plant, they use cow urine as an organic farming.
Yeah, okay. They use many things of the cows, and they worship the cows too. When they see the cow, I saw some Hindu people, they go and touch the cow and touch their forehead. They touch the cow's feet and touch their forehead. It's as if you prostrate to the cow's feet. If you touch somebody's feet and touch your forehead, it's a sign of respect. Correct?
It is part of a tradition for a woman to, after get married, she actually feeds cow for certain number of days to have safety of the husband.
Oh, very good. Wonderful. Wonderful. You see that? So I have always told you that a country, rich or not, materially doesn't matter too much. But spiritually rich, it matters. Yeah? And some people who are not used to the Indian tradition or Tibetan or maybe in Asian tradition, they think what they're doing superstitious. It's not like that. Just because they don't see with spiritual eye what the people are doing or what the animals are or what the trees are. Just like one of your brother, he touched a tree and he fell. These like electric currents or something that respond to him, yeah, in blessing and love.
You mentioned about the cow, how spiritual it is. And there's a book that I read many years ago before I knew you. And the book, it's To Know Yourself. And halfway in the book, there was this figure as a cow. And I read it, the whole book. And at the end of the book says, if I see the figure.
You seen the figure yourself?
And I didn't. No, I didn't. So I went back and read it, and that's when I see it. I see the figure in the book, and probably it was that when you know yourself, you see yourself as the cow.
Oh, I see. Understand.
Understand?
You didn't grow any horn yet, so I don't know if you're a cow or not. Okay. So anyway, the people who know the spiritual dimension of animals or trees, they worship them. And then we, sometimes ignorant, civilized, educated people, thinking, oh, that's just, they worship things, it's not worthy and stuff like that, okay? They worship mountain, river, they all have goddesses in there. The river have gods, the mountain have gods, and they're all blessing people all the time. It's just we don't see it.
If you actually see the picture of the cow, there are all the gods and goddesses painted on each part of the body of the cow. That's Indian tradition.
See that?
And the government of India is banning slaughtering of the cows, and the government already banned animals in the zoo and everything. I saw it in Supreme Master TV.
Very good.
And Supreme Master is donating money to take care of those people who are suffering.
Supreme Master donating?
Yes.
I donate it.
Yes.
Just joking.
You are
it's the
Supreme
same.
Master.
We donate it. Okay.
Yes,
right,
$85,000. Thank you, Master.
It's okay. No. We should. All of us should do that. Okay? Not just Supreme Master TV. But I do what I can. Only one person. All right. Hey. Yeah. Tell.
They announced officially that in India more
people
will become vegan.
Yeah, of course they should.
It was very beautiful.
Yeah,
Just few
India
weeks
is
ago.
supposed to be a spiritual country.
The most,
They should be back to the origin, Originally they were like that.
Yes, Master. Most of the NRIs like me who are staying here, who settled in America, they are doing whatever they could do, like constructing the water tanks and providing mosquito-free zones and electricity. And now it has reached to so many people, and people are not waiting for the government to respond. They are doing whatever they could do. And all the political leaders are also mobilizing NRIs. They're actually coming here and asking money from us and taking their money back and showing the accounts properly. It is done, it's not misused. So there's a lot of change and awareness.
Very good. Actually, Indians should do that because Indians are supposed to be the cradle of spirituality. All the masters, mostly from India. And some master went to India to study and then came back to teach their country people. Yeah.
There are a lot of Loving Hut restaurants in India, and I was actually doing translation of all these things into my local language, Telugu. So I do not have a job for the last 1.5 years.
Oh.
So after I started doing translation, I got 3 jobs.
Oh,
So I picked the one most I like most, and with your abundant blessings, my entire family is initiated, and so we are so happy, and all the problems are taken without even asking your help. So I just want to have a question, if with your permission, I want to ask. My son is initiated when he was 11 years old,
Yes.
so 12 years old. Now he's 16 years old, and he believes you very much, and he does meditation. And recently, he has been influenced by the school. He's going to he's in high school. He's going to college next year. So everything he's thinking in terms of scientific reasons, saying, "Oh, vegan diet is not good. Not proteins
Oh,
are not
right.
there." And it is because I'm studying well, I'm passing all these exams.
Understand.
It is not because of master, things like that. And my wife is 100% diligent practitioner, and she is having big fight with him. And so we trying
you
to
don't
see.
supply him with the scientist evidence and the doctor's evidence from
No,
America?
he does all that. He goes to Google and shows me something. I go to Google and show him something. Then, then the last week, and we had an argument. He got out of the car and he ran away. Then I got to call the police and bring him back, and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, let it be.
Yeah, should we go easy on him or tough on him? That's what our dilemma is.
Let it be, okay?
Yeah.
Because teenagers, they are
Yeah,
rebellious in
yeah.
nature, you know? They hate you for nothing.
Right, yes, yes.
They do everything against you and they feel cool about
Right,
that. So
yes,
let it
yes.
be. He'll
Okay.
cool down.
Sure, thank you.
Okay? It's just sometimes the society is stronger than one family. That's the problem. It's very sad, you know? Sometimes it happens. Don't worry. Let it be, okay? Let me pray for him, meditate for him, share with him your marriage. He'll be fine, okay? In China, they say the society is a big dying tub. So we always get in this different color and wrong color.
He's actually very good by heart. He does 5 precepts, and all his friends in his class, they take my son's lunchbox and eat vegan food every day. So he feels like he's a hero promoting vegan food.
Oh, then it's good already.
Yeah, so
Let him
yeah.
be. Let it be, okay?
Right.
Yeah,
Thank
he'll cool down.
今日我哋有幸為你播出其中一場精辟嘅開示，主題為師徒之間節目《楞嚴經》4決定清淨明悔的結論和結界建立道場8集之錄，以英文講於2018年12月24日。
Okay. Ananda, when any such monks and nuns or white-robed donor, meaning the lay people who keep the 5 precepts, normally they would wear white robe when they see the Buddha, okay, to symbolize their purity and devotion to the Buddha. They are almost like nuns, it's just a lesser degree. They uphold some precepts, like the 8 precepts, 10 precepts, the 8 vegan way, or the 5 precepts. They call them white robe lay people. At the Dhamma ending age, who can rid their minds of greed and lust, hold the Buddha's pure precepts, and in the Bodhimanda make the vows of the Bodhisattva, etc., etc. I already read that. So Ananda asked how people will be able to stabilize themselves in Bodhimanda, meaning meditation on the enlightened way. So the Buddha say you have to find the cow dung. You have to first find a powerful white ox in snowy mountains, and one that eats the lush and fertile, sweet-smelling grasses of the mountains. Since such an ox also drinks only the pure water of the melted snow river water, its excrement will be very fine. They can take that, mix with the sand and wood, and plaster the ground with it, etc., etc. There's some more work to do, but I don't think you need it. I am thinking whether or not I read all this to you. Because you have to find also incense. And you have to, because the Buddha said, if it's not in the snowy mountains, then the ox excrement will stink and cannot be used to smear on the ground. In that case, select a level place, dig down 5 feet or so, and use that yellow earth. Also good. Have to be 5 feet under the surface of the earth. Then the soil there will be pure. I don't think I can recommend all this to you because you only want to rely on master power to go to the 5th level. And I think more than that I can't ask you. India is a different place. When people devoted to the Buddha, they really do. And they go to all lengths. And they really want to and they want to become a Buddha and all that. You just want to sit here, listen to me talking with the calendar and clap and happy, go home, do your business as usual and pray to Master, and that's all you can do, I think. And eat vegan, of course. But the rest, I don't think, yeah. I don't think you're that eager to become Buddha, the way that the Buddha recommended. If whatever you want to do, if you want to become truly a Buddha and Bodhisattva. I don't think I can ask much of you like that. Or can I? Yes? Yes? No? You really want to find a white ox in the Himalaya mountain and smear their dungs on your ground and the wall and then sit there for 3 weeks on end? Can you do that? Yeah, forget it. I don't need to ask. Okay? 3 weeks no sleep. Of course you can, I know that. I ask you if I can ask you to do that. You say, yes, you can, Master, of course. Okay. I have to confess to you, maybe I also cannot do that. Okay? I have different way to reach whatever heavens I want to reach. And this is for the Indian, okay? The one who rely on the Buddha and have to do this and that. In India, we can do that. In your country, maybe to find a white ox already difficult, yeah? Or to dig under the ground, 5 feet underground to find the yellow earth, a lot of them, enough to make a platform for you and make the wall around you to sit there 3 weeks without sleeping. Just to talk about 3 weeks without sleeping, and no ox, no whites, no nothing yet. Can you? All right, then I don't read any further. Oh my God. A lot of work here. Nevertheless, just pretend that you have done all the preliminary preparation, you know, with the white ox dungs and with the sweet eating grass and all that first, okay? And just pretend that you have done all that. And just pretend that you could go without sleep for 3 weeks. Okay, now I read further. And have you burned a lot of incense, etc., etc. And then the 4 sides of the wall you should suspend flags and flowers, and within the room where the platform located should arrange on the 4 walls images of the third come ones and bodhisattvas of the 10 directions, if you can find all their images. Okay? That is pretend that you already done all the things that you say you can or not can. And then you have to do all that as well. All the Buddha, Bodhisattva on all your walls. And then in the most prominent place, display image of Vairocana Buddha. I don't know if you can find that. And then Shakyamuni Buddha, that you can find. Maitreya Buddha, you can. Amitabha Buddha, you can. In all the magnificent transformation of Kuan Yin Bodhisattva as well, if you can find them. To the left and right, place the Vajra treasury bodhisattvas. Beside them display the Lord Shakra and Brahma. Akshuma, Blue Diga, as well as Kundali and Bhrukuti and all 4 heavenly kings with Vinayaka to the left and right of the door. All this because you don't find a living master. You study with his disciple or some later generation disciples. If they still have the instruction in their heart to tell you, then because the living master, meaning the Buddha is not there anymore, you have to do such and such and such and such and such and such and such, then you can also become enlightened, and the Buddha will appear to you and bless you to be enlightened. That is that. So the living master is easier way for you if you can find one. There's some more. So many Buddha image and Bodhisattva and heavenly being already. Some more coming. In case you want to try. Yeah. Then suspend 8 mirrors in the space around the platform so that they are exactly opposite the mirrors on the platform. Can you remember all that? No. This will allow the reflections in them to interpenetrate ad infinitum. And during the first 7 days, bow sincerely to the thirst come ones of the 10 directions. Every day, bow, non-stop. To the great bodhisattvas and to the names of the arhats, if you know all of them, okay? If you can find their names in any sutra or by any chance. But that was just almost immediately, a few hundred years after Buddha died, after the Buddha Nirvana. Now it's too far away already. It's very difficult to trace down all these names of Buddha, Bodhisattva, even if you want to. So a living master is the best, okay? Find one. It's just because the living master are the transmitter directly of enlightenment and blessing. After the living master is gone, the energy diminished as days go by, years go by. So you have to find the living pole who still holds this energy of enlightenment and blessing direct from heaven to give it to you. Only if you don't have a lighter, that you have to rub the stones together or do whatever, very hard in order to make fire. If you have a match and lighter, do you still need to do that? No, find the matchbox, find the lighter, okay? Check, quick, immediately. You can light the candle with it, make fire with it. Okay. But nevertheless, I read it all to you. I cut some already. It's very cumbersome and a lot of work to do. I just read some parts so that you know already that it's almost impossible. Yeah, you want to become Buddha when you don't have a guru. Well, that's how you have to do. And it's not the end of it yet, okay? That the first 7 days you have to do that. Now you don't know the name of all the arhats, the name of all of his disciples who has become arhat. You don't know them anymore, okay? You don't know the name of Vairocana Buddha, for example. You don't even know where to find his image. At that time when the Buddha almost just left for Nirvana, they still have all this with his disciples or descendants of disciples. So, throughout the 6 periods of the day and night, continually recite the mantra as you circle, ambulate the platform. Practice the way, this method, with a sincere mind, reciting the mantra 108 times as a stretch. Not just the first day, but continue. All the 6 periods of the day, doing this and that. And then, during the second week, direct your intent by making the vows of a bodhisattva. The mind should never be cut off from them. In my Vinaya, I have already taught about vows in some of his teaching. He taught about how to make vows for to become a bodhisattva, okay? If your intention to become a bodhisattva, how much vow you have to make, how resolute you have to make up your mind with. That's why he didn't mention here again, the bodhisattva vows, okay? During the 3rd week, one holds the Buddha's mantra, Bodhala, for 12 hours at a time. Can you do that? Non-stop, okay? With a single intent. And on the 7th day of the 3rd week, the third come once of the 10 directions will appear simultaneously. Some of you don't do anything like that, and you see the Buddha, the Jesus, even just by sitting after eating the dinner from the public kitchen. So, having transmission from a living master is the quickest way. The lazy people can do it, yeah? I'm not talking about you, I mean any lazy people. I don't mean you're lazy, sorry. Don't mean to offend you. You're good, very diligent. Ha ha. So they will appear to you if you do all that for 3 weeks long, non-stop, single-mindedly, bowing, reciting, meditating, praying, and incense, and etc., and all these formula at one time. If you can't even afford to do that in our busy lifestyle nowadays, so the Buddhas will come, and their light will be mutually reflected in the mirrors and will illumine the entire place. And they will rub one on the crowns of one's head. Some of you never know anything like this, don't even heard about it, and still have a lot of Buddha's lights you see everywhere. Yeah? Some of you. So, all right, then you know it. If one cultivates this samadhi in the Bodhimanda, then even in the Dharma ending age, one can study and practice until one's body and mind are as pure and clear as Vaidurya. I guess something very pure. What is that in Sanskrit? Vaidurya, you know? Any Indian people? As pure as Vaidurya.
Vaidurya is a stone, master.
A stone?
Yeah, it's a stone, butt stone.
What kind
Indian butt stone.
Oh, is it clear and transparent? It's
Yes.
like crystal, something like
Yes,
that?
yes.
Okay, got that. Thank you. Thank you.
Mature state of a diamond.
Ah, okay.
After the Vaidurya, it becomes a diamond.
Oh, yeah. All right. That's cool. You want to ask something so urgently?
When I was listening to you at first talk about the different Buddhas and the way to become a Buddha and to go through all of these different rituals, and I was going to say that what you've said, a living master, having you as a master, we can bypass all of these rituals because we can't get to those points anyway. If you can't find all of this, is
No, you don't have time.
for loose ends. But we have you as a living master, and everybody needs a living master to achieve what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
And so that was the point. But then you
Okay.
started touching on these things and cleared that up.
All right. Thank you for your opinion. A valuable advice. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it is. Yes. The Indian people, they know this inside out. Every sutra, every book of Vedas emphasize always living master, living master, living master.
In those days, the gurus are very few. You can count on fingers. That is why all these procedures are available. Right now, we have the Himalayas is right here. So
Except no snow. All right, love. All right, love. I was wondering why you Indian come all the way to Taiwan to find your guru.
that's the quality master, not quantity.
We have it in India, yes, okay. We don't want to say any comparison, okay? This might be offending. All the gurus should be respected. It depends on your level, you know? If you are not ready to a higher dimension or teaching, then you cannot just blame any master.
Master, I was told by the holy man that I met, he told me that in his own life, he was fortunate enough to meet 5 enlightened masters. And then when I just spontaneously said, can I meet 5 too? And he closed his eyes and he said, now they're gone, there's only one. He told me very clearly, there's only one.
Oh.
One, meaning there's only one fully enlightened master in the world.
Where is that?
I guess you.
Oh, wow. Wow. Whoever told you that, I want to ask him where. Well, thanks to your master, huh? He is a good one. All right. If you believe that, it's good for you. If you have proof for that, good for you. If you don't have proof for that, don't blame me. Huh?
Днес сме благословени да представим една от тези проникновени лекции, озаглавена Сурангама Сутра, 4 ясни и непроменими инструкции за чистота, заключение и установяване на място за пробуждане, част 7 от 8 в Между учителя и учениците, изнесена на английски на 24 декември 2018 година.
My previous master knows you, master.
Who?
My previous master, whom we discussed with you, Brahmarshi Patriji's Pyramid Spiritual Societies. He is a Buddha's meditation master.
Oh.
He knows, and I still meet him whenever he comes to USA. He stays in my house.
He knows me?
You know him, he knows you.
Oh.
So you have seen his picture and you told him who he was. And so last time when I met him, and he said, myself and my wife, these two are Supreme Master Ching Hai's favorites.
Oh.
And he actually asked me to invite you to India. And actually, they every year from December 21st to December 31st, every year they do a group meditation with 100,000 people.
Oh.
So they construct pyramids at the scale of 5,000 to 6,000 people can sit inside. He actually asked me to invite you to India. So every 3 months, they actually publish Supreme Master Ching Hai's vegan diet and all those things in their magazines.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Wow. Thank him a lot and tell him that I really, really appreciate his invitation. It's official now, she said. That official now, Indian goes vegan, okay? All right, please tell your master that I pay respect and I thank him.
Thank you, Master.
Yes. Okay. All right. There are so many, Master. It's easier for you to choose now.
They actually believers of the cosmic energy which is produced through pyramid, like Giza pyramid. So all the disciples, most of them, whoever has little bit money, they build a small pyramid. Because the cosmic energy is built at 45 degrees.
Yes.
That's the reason even Giza pyramid is giving energy to the earth.
Yes. That's why they built the pyramid before. I have told in one of my lecture that there's a meditation place.
Right.
People just thinking, don't know what, but I say it's
No, if you sit inside a pyramid and do meditation, you achieve samadhi in
more concentration.
Quickly.
Just physically speaking, it's more protective.
Right, yes.
Yeah, and whatever negative power it will disperse out,
Right.
in this shape, yes. And I told a long time ago, I don't know if it's recorded or not, that because some people ask me what's a pyramid is for, is it a tomb or something? I said, no, in the old time, people built it just to meditate. It's a meditation place. Now it's proved it. All right, okay. So do what you can to help yourself. But I don't think that the London people can build pyramid into their little apartment. It's very expensive in London, for example, Paris, It's enough to put furniture inside and you zigzag your way through it.
Yeah, we're more worried about the soul level, not the body level. That's why you are here for us, Master.
All right,
Thank you.
good. Thank you for your valuable information.
Thank you, Master.
That just confirmed what I said before. The pyramid is people built it for meditation. Everybody think it's a tumor. What is it inside? Nobody even know up till now what for. For meditation purpose, yeah? Number one is very good concentration inside, energy, okay? Also the cosmic energy can help you, okay? It's one pointed like that, yeah? Okay, and then number two is that in the desert it's so hot. The pyramid is very thick. You know, the wall diameter, very thick. And it's so cool inside, as if you stay in a normal.
The basic reason pyramids were constructed is Egyptians believe that the person who dies, they will be reborn again. That's why they use it to mummify the body and put it inside the pyramid.
The body will be born again?
Yeah, they actually wrap it in a chemical cloth and put it inside
but that
pyramid.
is just for the...
Yeah, their belief is the person will take rebirth and use the same body. They use pyramids for that purpose.
No, that's what people suspect. But it's just for meditation before, okay? And whatever, they wrap them in silk or in a mummy kind of substance, it's their tradition. Just to keep it, to preserve the body. Just like we nowadays, we want to keep the body in a coffin and bury it in some special place and build a little memorial, just so that we remember. Because we all want to be like eternally in life. So they do anything they can just to preserve that concept. Yes?
I wanted to ask a question about what you were reading before, if that's okay. About when the Buddha was talking about how to get enlightenment without a master, the cow and the poop and the no sleep. Did he mean, I wondered if he meant to say that like literally as in doing these things will actually, or did he mean it more like a parable as far as like the impossibility of finding enlightenment without a master?
Maybe so also, yeah? But he really mean it. He really tell all it graphically, okay? But also, it's possible only because his disciple is still there. It's the final age of his Dharma teaching. Not now anymore. Not after 2,700 years of his nirvana. At that time, Buddha just passed away. Final ending age about 500 years after he passed away. That's in other sutra he say that. Yes, for him, for his teaching lineage, end at 300, 500 years after. But not now anymore, okay? Even if you want to do it, it might not work. You don't find these pure monks and nuns who still having this blood lineage in them anymore to transmit it to you, however little diluted is still there. After the master died, 300 or 500 years maximum, no more. That's why every sutra emphasizes living master. Otherwise, the Buddha was there and he tell people, okay, you just go and do that, no need me, no need the Buddha, okay? No, they all come and study with the Buddha. And he says it's very rare you can find the Buddha, yeah, and the teaching when he's still alive. This is for his descendants, disciple, who still have pure, if they're pure in the precepts, and they had already the lineage is still going, not as strong as when the Buddha alive, because they transmit it like from the first successor, yeah, from the Buddha, and then to the second successor of that successor, and the third successor of the successor, and so on and so forth. Just like after the 10th guru of the Sikh passed away, well, before that, he said, no more gurus of the Sikh. Only study the scripture. Because at that time, that's the best he can offer to his disciples. Because he knows the 9th master has gone. He's the last one. And there's no more bloodline, no more spiritual bloodline to pass on to the next generation. So he said, just study the scripture. It's better than nothing. In the scripture, at least it's mentioned Nam, mentioned precept, mentioned purity, mentioned God, devotion. The people who can follow that and attain some level of understanding of Godhood, and then maybe they're lucky they find living master. Okay? Yeah. Otherwise, the guru cannot cheat people and say, okay, after I die, My wife, my son, his son died anyway in the battle. Because at that time, the king of that country and the people who believe in the king's religion at that time, chasing the master and harass them no end. And, in the battle, his sons also die. So even in that lineage, it's supposed to be that his family member inherit the mantle. But to him, he has no more sons anyway. And he knows there's no more gurus in that lineage to uphold the continued bloodline of the spiritual practice. So he says, study Granth Sahib scripture. At least these are the teaching of the gurus, the true gurus, 10 of them. Continue, at least there are still blessings in there. But that is for his immediate disciples and descendants. Later on, probably it's all diluted already, but still helpful. Like people believe in the Buddha, they know they should not kill, they should not steal, at least something to keep them afloat and not go to hell, not to descend into lower level and suffering, okay? If they keep the precept as the Buddha taught, even now, if they don't kill, they don't steal, they don't lie, normal people, even if they eat a little meat, but without knowing the vegan stuff, without having hatred or killing instinct in their heart, keep the 5 precepts, they still can be reborn as human, a decent human, have a comfortable life. And if they continue the 5 precepts like that, they will be reborn again as human, decent life, comfortable. So it helps to study the scriptures. And it helps to learn, from the Bible that you have to be good, you have to, fear God and pray to Jesus, etc. It helps them, okay? That's why the 10 guru of the Sikh tell them study Granth Sahib. The Granth Sahib is your guru. What else can he say when he knows there's no more lineage left? But that doesn't mean he stopped there. It could be that one of his disciple or descendants of the disciple continue studying together a little while longer, and it could be that one of the master descended into that lineage afterward, after the 10 guru passed away. And then he became a master, and then continue the lineage in elsewhere, not in his family lineage. You got that? Because it's like this. In that Sikh system, from the first guru to the 10th, it ends there. Why is that? Because one of the family member of the master have a very selfish wish. One of the earlier Sikh master has a daughter, okay. The Sikh master, they're married, okay? But they don't indulge in, physical sensation the way normal people do. They just sometimes have a corporal contact so that they can have children, okay? It's just tradition to have children. So they have 2 or 3 children, maybe like that. Once a year or twice a year to be together with wife, nothing more. Now, one of the master has a daughter, okay? She was sitting with him. Even if she's a daughter of a master, she always had to sit lower than the master. Even a wife or the mother of the master always sit lower than the guru, all the time, in India like that. That you're not allowed to sit, it's just tradition. Out of respect, you don't sit the same height as the master, that's all. Okay, so this daughter, she sat on the ground. And the master of the Sikh at that time, earlier master, not the 10th, but before that. And then he sat on his bed to meditate, yes. And the daughter was sitting at his feet on the ground. And somehow the bed was old and one of the leg fell off, okay? So she worried the master would be awakened out of samadhi. She used her hand to hold it all night long. But the nails pinched into her hand, bleeding, but she still held it. Such a devotion, okay? So in the morning, the master awakes from samadhi, come back to the physical life, body, and then realize what the daughter has done for him. He felt very, very touched, not just as a master, but as a father as well. Such a filial daughter, of course, who wouldn't like, love? So he said, okay, whatever you wish, I will grant it to you. Normally, master don't say that to anyone because they just let the disciple develop according to their understanding and karma. The master don't favor any disciple and say, okay, I will grant you wish because I like you, because you are my daughter, you are my wife, you are my son. No, 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 no. Or you are my favorite disciple, or you give me $1 million, nada. The master treat everyone equally. But because he was so touched, he came out of a pure meditation samadhi all night long. So his mind is still so pure. He also forget the rule, yeah? And he was touched by his daughter's devotion. Sit all night with a nail in her, deep in her hand and bleeding, just to keep him in samadhi. Because she knows the master meditates is very important for the disciples, for the world. So she sacrificed, sit like that instead of the leg of the bed. And then the master just saw that and so very touched. He said, okay, whatever wish you have, I will grant it. Master really never says such thing, okay? But it's just a situation like that. And then the daughter said, I have only one wish. That the master lineage stay in the family. Oh, man. That is very selfish. You cannot do that. The master lineage should be passed on. The master mantle should be passed on to whoever worthy and enlightened and selflessly devoted to humankind, for all beings. Not because a family member. But the master already promised. So he has to hold it, even though he was aghast as her request. Because he can foresee that this selfish wish will bring bloodshed into the Sikhism. At that time, there was no Sikhism of thirst. Not because the master at that time or the first Guru Nanak never proclaimed any Sikhism, no, nothing. He just go barefoot, go from one place to another, teaching people, whoever can have affinity with him or have wisdom to learn. Okay? He never want to make Sikhism or anything just so people about him. No, no, no. Just happened, okay, afterward. Because the king of that country at that time and his government seek to destroy other religion and other preachers like Guru Nanak and his later successor. That's why we had trouble with at that time. So they have to have some kind of defense kind of system for the disciple, and they call him to Sikh, and would defend the weak, the brothers and sisters. And therefore at that time to recognize each other as Sikh, in separation to others, so that they can recognize each other when they see each other, because they have to practice in secret, okay? Also the disciples scatter everywhere, so they have to have some symbol to recognize. They have symbol, like they have bracelets, and you have your long hair have to wrap up in the cloth, yeah? And your hair have to have a comb, and inside you have a short, what else I forgot? 5 things.
5K.
5K?
Yeah, 5K. Everything starts with K letter, so it's called 5K.
Everything go with K, okay. A comb, bracelets, and...
knife.
Huh? A knife, or a dagger. And the underwear short, a short. Like this, so that you... Female and male same, so that you can identify,
And also be ready to go,
ready to go to defend others. Yeah, that's what it is, okay? Otherwise, normally the disciple don't ever need any knife or anything. But at that time, they're harassing them relentlessly. They want to destroy the master and the Sikh follower at that time. So they have to just defend themselves, and run. Wow. And nowadays, they remain symbol, you can see them, okay? You see, so even the master daughter and disciple are still that ignorant to wish like that, to wish that the master mantle always remain in the family. Family member not necessarily enlightened or worthy to be a master. She is a good example for that, no? Otherwise she would never ever think of even keep the mantle of mastership in her family. You see that? But the master already promised, so it goes like that. So from then on, their family member inherit the mantle of the Sikhism, as far as if they have son, okay? A daughter, no. I think not at that time, no. So because of that, the Sikhism, from then on up to the 10th Master, always there's a bloody battlefield. Always a lot of war and killing and, oppressing from the government, whatever government at that time. The Master knew it, but, a Master promised you can't go backward. Can go back on that. Whew. Well, I don't have a daughter per se to hold my bed. I have a sofa, it's safer. The sofa is always safe. Even if it fell down, it don't fall too far. Anyway, good. That's why I don't have any daughter, son, or whatever sit next to me. I avoid that in case. But I also don't think we should have any successor. Up to now, not yet, but who knows in the future, maybe. If I have one, I will tell you, okay? On record video. Long years ago, I thought maybe there's one. But then later, because the world changed, the karma changed so much, I don't think it's possible to anyone to handle the matter, up to now. So I have to continue. Okay then. Any more? You want any more stuff? Yes. All right. I think I almost done with that. And this subject about the precepts.
Днес сме благословени да представим една от тези проникновени лекции, озаглавена Сурангама Сутра – 4 ясни и непроменими инструкции за чистота, заключение и установяване на място за пробуждане, част 8 от 8, в между учителя и учениците, изнесена на английски на 24 декември 2018 година.
Let's see if the Buddha say anymore. Ananda, if any one of the monks' precept transmitting masters or any one of the other monks practicing with him is not pure, then the Bodhimanda as described will not be successful. Even if you don't sleep for 3 months, even if you're pure, if you find all the white cow and the dung and the grass and the whatever you do, more, the Buddha described more work to do, but I thought, it's impossible, so forget that. I just read some for you, and you already think impossible. Okay. Therefore, the Buddha said, even then, if the bhikkhu, the monk who transmitted the precepts to this ever sincere seeker, if he is not pure, then you're doomed. You just work for nothing. It's that difficult. Not just that, okay, I just don't sleep 3 weeks and I find the cow and I do this and do that, as the Buddha said, then I'm fine. Who knows if the bhikkhu give you the precept is pure or not pure? He could do that maybe because he likes to do it, because he thinks he's pure, because he thinks he's worthy. Who knows? Maybe he thought it's not pure. Therefore, even if you have all that from one of the monks, so the other precept to you, you can never be sure. This is the problem. All right, got that? Okay. So after 3 weeks, Buddha's still talking now. After 3 weeks, one sits upright still. Your job not done yet after 3 weeks, okay? Not sleeping, still not. After 3 weeks, one sits upright and still for 100 days more. Oh dear God. I thought after 3 weeks it's already kind of, incredible marathon, feast. 3 weeks, non-stop, no sleep, doing all this already. And still sit another 100 days. My God. You should be always choose your birth whenever a living master is born. So that when you grow up, your time, your age, you come of age and you can go and grab this master and quick. Not doing all this. I don't think I can. I honestly tell you, not me, okay? Not 3 weeks non-sleep and doing all this outer performance and 100 more days. How long is 100 days? 3 months? 3 months plus. Okay. Those with sharp faculties will not arise from their seats and will become Srotapatamabana. Yeah, mean one of the non-return. Okay? Right. Although their bodies and minds have not attained the ultimate fruition of sagehood, not yet, not the highest, but already something on the way. Yeah. They know for certain, beyond exaggeration, that they will eventually accomplish Buddhahood. Yeah, they are already on the way after all that in 100 days. You have asked, the Buddha said to Ananda, you have asked how the Bodhimanda is established. This is the way it is done. Ananda bowed at the Buddha's feet and said, after I left the home life, I rely on the Buddha's affectionate regard because I sought erudition. I still have not been certified to the unconditioned, meaning Buddha has not said that he's already, an arhat. Yeah, I told you. When I encountered that Brahma heaven mantra, I was captured by the deviant spell. Though my mind was aware, I had no power to free myself. You understood?
No.
No, okay. Then I have to use my calendar talk again. What is a Brahma heaven mantra? Ananda went out begging for food. And these prostitute, because they have magical power in their family, okay? She has magical power also. She used a Brahma heaven mantra, meaning that within the 3 worlds, this is the highest mantra, most powerful. No one can resist. She used that to seduce Ananda. And then he was like, blur and dazed. So he just followed her into bedroom. And then she did what she wanted to do with him until he almost gone. But luckily, because he has been with the Buddha, very close to the Buddha. He was the Buddha's attendant day and night, every day. And he was pure, at least so whenever he was. Yes. And of course, he has been with the Buddha with many incarnations, not just this time. Always being his close attendant or his nearby acquaintance, his family, etc., etc., even in the animals' kingdom. So he remembered the Buddha. Last minute, he prayed, Buddha, please help me. I'm falling. And then the Buddha came. Or he sent. Came and recite other kind of mantra to counter this, to oppose this powerful mantra. Then, of course, Ananda is free and he run back, forget his bowl, food, whatever he want to do, run back. So that's why he said here that when I encounter that Brahma heaven mantra from the prostitute, I was captured by the deviant spell, though my mind was aware, but I had no power to free myself. That powerful. Even a Buddha disciple had to succumb to that power of that spell. Very powerful. Because Brahma heaven is the highest heaven in the 3 worlds. So if they know that mantra, then I can use it and master it, then no one in the physical body will be able to resist and escape. Lucky for Ananda, because he was always with the Buddha, life after life, and always doing good things. with the Buddha or without the Buddha. He was always virtuous, moral, good physical humans or devas or animals. So because of that, he can, even in such a dazed situation, mesmerize spirit. He still can remember the Buddha and pray to his master for help. Otherwise, he's doomed, finished. So he's saying, continue. I had to rely on Manjushri Bodhisattva to liberate me. That means the Buddha sent Manjushri immediately there and then free Ananda. So he said, although I was blessed by the third come one spiritual mantra of the Buddha's summit and imperceptibly received its strength, I still have not heard it myself. The Buddha sent Manjushri to bring this Buddha summit mantra, much higher than the Brahma heaven mantra, to free Anand. Yes. Although the Buddha told him that, that because of that mantra for Manjushri, so he's free. But he doesn't hear it yet himself. The Manjushri just went there and do it. But of course, inside, just like you recite the 5 holy names inside, and somebody get benefit. But that person know it because you told him, but he never heard it himself. Okay, so same. Ananda said he has not heard that mantra from the Buddha summit. Yes. So I only hope that the greatly compassionate one will proclaim it again to kindly rescue all the cultivators in this assembly and those of the future who undergo the turning wheel, so that they may become liberated in body and mind by relying on the Buddha's secret sounds. Now, at that moment, everyone in the great assembly bowed as one, together at one, just bowed down together, and stood up, waiting to hear the third come one's secret divisions and phrases. At that time, 100 brilliant rays sprang from the mouth of the flesh of the crown of the world honor one's head. 1,000-petal precious lotus arose from amidst those rays. Upon the precious flower sat at the third come one's transformation. From the crown of that Buddha's head, in turn, 10 beams of light shone forth, each composed of 100 rays of precious light. Every one of those glowing rays shone on lands as many as the sands of the 10 Ganges rivers. While throughout empty space there were Vajra secret traces, spirits, each holding aloft a mountain and wielding a pestle. Just to show their power. Don't mean much, okay? At that request, of the Buddha, a secret mantra, all the Vajra god, those who uphold, guarding the Dharma and all those, they already standing ready, each one holding a mountain and a pestle. It's just their position, ready to protect the Dharma, to protect the Buddha's secret teaching, okay? So they're all ready. The great assembly, gazing upward, felt fearful admiration and sought the Buddha's kind protection. Because when the Buddha protectors are ready in their position, they can destroy anything. Anyone who is not pure, anyone who has a bad intention towards the Buddha or the Buddha's teaching, they are ready. That's why they hold the mountain and pestle, ready to crush anyone, any being who is not respectful, who is not pure. Because this is a very sacred, secret mantra. And the Buddha used that to rescue Ananda and also maybe in the future being. That's why they're all ready to protect it. Yeah? That's why the assembly, who are kind of not yet strong in spiritual position and level, they're so scared, fearful, and they ask the Buddha to protect them. because these are Vajra gods, they are fearful looking, now holding big mountain and pestle ready to attack anyone or crush anyone. So the assembly, not just monks and nuns or bodhisattva, but the assembly with the dragon and those ghosts and demons and all that good ones, and they're still fearful because they know they're not up to anything, up to any standard to protect themselves. In case the Vajra gods want to crush them, because they look too fearful, so big and giant, holding big mountain and pestle, and it's not a small one like the golf stick, yeah, big, and mountain holding ready. So they seek the Buddha's protection, and single-mindedly they listen as the thirst come one in the light at the invisible appearance on the crown of the Buddha's head, proclaim the spiritual mantra. That spiritual mantra is more than 10 pages long. From 173 to 191. How much is that? More than 10 pages, for sure. Yeah, I was right. You don't need it, okay? Number one, you have your protection, okay? You have your master power protection. Number two, it is translated. It is translated into Chinese phonetic, and I can't guarantee if it works. It might work if you're really sincere, of course, but it's 20 pages long. If you keep reciting it, maybe it works. You want me to recite it? No need, huh? Okay. Whew, it takes a long time to recite. Maybe another time if I have to, okay? If it's good for you. Maybe another time. I will ask the Buddha whether or not I have enough power to recite it for you, okay? Not just the words, but you have to have this kind of inside power to recite it, even if it's translated into just phoneticized Chinese. Got that? Okay. All right. The Buddha praised this secret mantra, okay? Very, very much. But I think we end it here now. Tomorrow we continue. But maybe with the mantra, maybe not. Maybe with the mantra, maybe with another one, because I have promised you something else. I didn't promise a mantra. Imagine, I don't know how long it takes the Manjushri to recite this mantra while Ananda was in the helpless situation. But Manjushri pronounced the mantra probably, quietly, but it affects immediately and wake Ananda out of this bewitched slumber. And Ananda ran back to the Buddha with Mantachi's daughter trailing behind. Wow, what a scene! Huh? What a scenery! It's like movies, yeah. Come back here, and complain to the Buddha. Give Ananda back to me. He's mine. Okay, it's 12 o'clock already. Well, your mind can only take so much at a time. So even though you're interested, you should digest this. And then we continue next day, huh? Tonight I will sleep in a tent like you. I will enjoy it. Fresh air, Thank you for being so polite and generous with your clapping. Your clapping. Okay. Next time, any unnecessary question or not urgent question, please wait until I finish, okay? It's better for all of you, okay? You are not alone in the assembly. You are in the midst of 10,000 plus people. Please consider others before you. That is the minimal courtesy and minimal selflessness. Okay? And if you listen to the teaching of the sage, even from by time gone, it's good for you. Okay? Instead of just thinking of one single question, which it wasn't that important, wasn't really necessary to ask in the middle of that. You should respect the Buddha teaching and continue listening. That's the best, okay? If any question, there is time to ask, okay? Anything to do with the subject is better. To keep it, the energy, clean, pure, concentrated, and blessing flowing. Huh? Next time, remember that, all of you, okay? A good night. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yonder cloud, the infant so tender and mild. Holy night, silent night, holy night, silent night. See you tomorrow, okay?圣诞节快乐 Happy Christmas. Giáng sinh vui vẻ. Merry Christmas. Love you. Ai nè. Love, 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 love. Love you. Love you, love you. Love you. Love you so much. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Giáng sinh vui vẻ. Frohe Weihnacht. Joyeux Noël. Joyeux Noël. Joyeux Noël. Frohe Weihnacht. Merry Christmas. Giáng sinh vui vẻ. Năm mới mình giỏi.